But I think what we learned as a nation in this last election is that if you vote for somebody just because they look nice or you don't like the other person, don't complain when the blank hits the fan, right? Look what's happening in our country right now. This is what happens when you get a president when you order it by the mail. You get high inflation. You get ridiculous policies. You get record amounts of fentanyl coming across the border, which, by the way, is the most underreported story in this country. The amount of fentanyl that's coming in already this year, it's up 138 something percent from previous years. So it's an insane amount. It's killing tons of teenagers because they're mixing it with other drugs. It's the most underreported story in America, but the president looked nice. He looks like a nice old man. I'd like to have a beer with that guy. If you're the kind of person that votes on the president because you feel like he looks like a nice guy or you want to go have a beer with him, do everybody else a favor and walk your fat ass into oncoming traffic. That's what we're hearing. A lot of the chatter is that in the next 10 days, we're going to have a better feel of how many Twitter shareholders are willing to play ball and how many are going to stick together to fight free speech and not allow Elon Musk to try to take control of the company. Now, again, think about what this is all about. The big picture here is that here's a guy that is risking one of his major companies, Tesla, for free speech. And he claims he doesn't want to make a lot of money off of this. I don't necessarily buy that. You know as well as I do, Coach, when an athlete or an actor says it's not about the money, guess what it's about? It's about the money. So I'm curious to see how the business plan plays out. But in the next 10 days or so, we're going to find out who's willing to play ball, who's going to put their money where their mouth is. And this is a guy in Elon Musk who doesn't want to change things radically. He just wants it to be a fair and even playing field. If you want to tweet your hatred for Donald Trump, knock yourself out. But you should allow the other side to tweet their hatred for Joe Biden or Kamala Harris or Hunter Biden without fear of it being suppressed. And nothing is rubbing these people the wrong way at Twitter than the fear of having that algorithm exposed. And that's the biggest thing that Elon Musk wants. And the fact that these blue check marks on Twitter are just absolutely losing their mind right now tells me how crooked and corrupt this thing really is.
I saw the other day where Joe Biden came out and said you shouldn't make any money while in office. 10% to the big guy was the first thing that I thought. You know what I mean? What is this about? Is this just cover? Is this, this just cover, right?
Coach, your first mistake is you're trying to make sense of anything that Joe Biden's had to say. That's your first mistake. You're going to twist yourself in a pretzel trying to figure out what Grandpa Gibberish is talking about on a daily basis. I mean, look at Bernie Sanders. This dude has got multiple mansions and he's a socialist. Damn, socialism doesn't work that well, I promise you. Yet my man's got mansion after mansion. All these people get rich. The Republicans, the Democrats, it's so gross. It's so dirty. For Joe Biden to come out and say that, this is a guy that hasn't had a real job in over 50 years. He's been sucking the taxpayer teat for over 50 years, whether it's as a senator, whether it's vice president, the speaking tour, and now he's the president of the United States. This is also the same guy that didn't know the difference between his wife and his sister and got scared by the Easter Bunny. So forgive me if I'm not ready to jump on board with anything that this clown has to say at this point. Hair sniffing, kiss stealing Joe Biden. Because he's a man that likes to sniff some hair. Yeah. He's like the man that likes to steal some kisses. He's like the soft, old, geriatric Matlock version of Ric Flair.
I did see the Easter Bunny made him jump a little bit. Look,
Easter Bunny didn't make him jump.
Mascots.
Easter Bunny was his damn boss. The Easter Bunny was running the damn show. The Easter Bunny had to direct Joe Biden where to go. So imagine if you're somebody that's like President Xi, or maybe you're Vladimir Putin, you're watching this and you're thinking, man, is the United States going to step in? Are they going to show their might? Are they going to show that they are the world leader? And then you see some lackey that's probably an intern at the White House bossing the president of the United States around, telling grandpa it's time to go this way to see the kids and the eggs. You're thinking to yourself, Yeah, we made the right decision here. It's time to get squirrely. I'm telling you, this is going to hurt the Biden White House. I'm not a huge fan of the things that come out of Jen Psaki's mouth, but take it for what it is. She's good at her job. Her job is to have to go out there every day and polish a turd. Now, it helps that she's got a friend press pool other than Peter Doocy. Peter Doocy is today's version of Jim Acosta, the way Acosta was to Donald Trump. There's always going to be the other side that gives you crap. But when Donald Trump was president, it wasn't just Jim Acosta. You had that one loser reporter from Playboy. You had Alexander from NBC, all these other folks who had monologues disguised as questions so they could get retweets and hits on social media. That normally doesn't happen with Jen Psaki. It's a pretty friendly press pool. You've got butt sniffers like Amici Alcindor in the room who basically just want to be best friends with the Biden administration. But she still has to go out there and talk about the failed policies. She has to talk about the bad economy, the problem at the border, every single thing that's gone wrong, which is pretty much everything in the Biden administration. She has to go out there and polish that thing. She's good at what she does. She's going to be good at MSNBC. And if you're CNN, you're thinking to yourself, we are still going to be in third place.